What's up, guys? Daz and Petzergling here, and we're bringing the second game between sAviOr and ZerO for the MSL quarterfinal A. The first match, the first best of five, first match of the quarterfinals, kicking it off with a pretty good match, sAviOr and ZerO. ZerO winning the first game in not spectacular fashion, but it was a solid win. He played pretty smart, took the advantage, and rode it out. You know, they both microed pretty well, but no one was really able to out-micro the other, and the advantage that ZerO took enabled him to ride out and take the victory in that game. I think sAviOr is probably pretty pissed. I think sAviOr expects himself to win this, and he considers himself the favorite. I think he's been practicing really hard for this, so like I'm expecting him to take this game. I'm expecting that he's probably really pissed off, and he's going to be really determined. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth series. I think sAviOr's got the mental edge, and he's probably going to take this game, and I'm still predicting him to win this series, even though it's really hard to tell. Obviously, we can't really say much about the map balance. Anyway, it looks like they're going to start the game, so we'll sync it up here and then get a chance to have your thoughts. 2, 1, 0. So what are your thoughts on the last game and this upcoming game right here?
You know, as much as I want to say that I think sAviOr's the better player, in a matchup, in a mirror matchup, especially in a best of 5, winning the first game is so important, and this is going to be really tough for sAviOr, and this is really going to test his willpower and his ability to play. And I was really impressed with the first game, and even though I think sAviOr made some poor decisions, well, rather I think ZerO made some really good decisions, but sAviOr's Mutalist control was just top level. I was just completely surprised, and you can tell, I totally agree with what you say, that these players are practicing so much. I've actually been following Winners League quite a bit lately, and sAviOr actually hasn't played in the recent CJ Winners League games. They were playing players, I think they started playing Effort again as their Zerg, and so sAviOr's definitely been practicing hard, and I haven't seen a Woongjin game lately, but I have to imagine ZerO's been practicing up. But anyway, we have sAviOr spawning in the red Zerg again in the bottom right, and ZerO spawning in the upper left, cross positions, and sAviOr actually going for the gas trick there to get his 10th drone out before the Overlord, and I have to imagine that's going to be for a pool first build, as it isn't efficient to do that with their hatchery first build. And we saw last game that sAviOr actually went for the 9 pool speed on this map, and it looks like both players are building their Overlord. ZerO went for a 12 hatch, but in his main, and it didn't work out too well. And sAviOr actually sending a drone out. Is he going to build a hatchery there? This is crazy. I've never actually seen this. I'm almost positive that it was completely disproved that doing a gas trick with a hatchery first build is completely inefficient. But either way, sAviOr is going to take a big advantage in this game. ZerO has put down his pool first, and I have to imagine, now you can see by the pool timing, I'm guessing that this was some sort of really strange 11 hatch build. They didn't show us the drone count, but that's really my only explanation, and I think this was a hatch first build, but it was safer in that he put his pool first. Right, exactly. And this is going to be really tough for ZerO, because there's no way ZerO's going to be able to capitalize on his tech advantage. We see sAviOr's pool and his extractor just seconds behind ZerO's, and sAviOr rather has his hatchery started already. So it looks like your predictions are coming true so far. sAviOr once again opening up with a stronger build order, and I think he's going to take a lead in this game. Well, yeah, he went for a 12 pool, so he's going to have.
I don't think it's going to be much of a difference. His hatchery is going to be later, but ZerO went for a 12 pool build, so he's up ahead in drone count a little bit. He's up by a drone or two. I can't tell exactly how much he's up because of sAviOr's strange build order. So I think ZerO is up a drone, and maybe his gas is a tiny bit faster, but sAviOr's hatchery is going to be a lot quicker. So he's going to catch back up, and he's probably going to take the economic lead soon. So I mean, it's a good thing for ZerO that he decided to take that hatchery there. And both players have Zerglings out now at relatively the same amount of time. I think it's actually working out to be a pretty even game. I was worried there for a minute that ZerO was going to go for like an in-base hatchery or some kind of aggressive Zergling build, because I saw the pool first. But thank God he didn't do that, because if that's what he had done, then he would be at a huge disadvantage, considering it's going to be really hard to put on any kind of Zergling pressure on this map, because you're just so far away from your opponent there. It's not this map, but considering their cross positions, they're both really far away from each other.
Look at sAviOr. sAviOr actually pulled his drones off gas. I really like this
go
move.
for
You
some
see how
kind of all-in
sAviOr's sending his Zerglings everywhere. He's trying to scout, and this might be difficult. I think sAviOr really realized the same mistake that we did in the last game. ZerO likes to play aggressive. Well, not aggressive, but he likes to build drones when normally you see players build a lot of Zerglings. And look at that, ZerO spots all the Zerglings coming towards his base. sAviOr's going to capitalize his 12-hatch advantage almost immediately. And ZerO now realizing that he's going to need to get a bunch of Zerglings out. sAviOr's going to have speed where I doubt ZerO's going to have it. There's absolutely no way ZerO's going to have speed in time.
Oh, wow, that's
ZerO's going to be forced to pull drones. ZerO doesn't have any sort of place that he can put down a sunken. Using the drones to block the Zerglings, that is definitely not enough. sAviOr coming in, excellent play there from sAviOr. And even though ZerO won the first game, sAviOr cleanly just won that. Wow, and that was an excellent move, and that just completely demonstrates why sAviOr is a top-level tournament player and why ZerO is just a lower-level, not lower-level Zerg, but he just hasn't had the accomplishments that.
Oh, he has to be careful here, though. He can't.
Oh, he's done.
He can't let himself get
no
up
way. sAviOr's gonna have 2 hatchery streaming Zerglings. I can't see this ending in ZerO's favor. I'm sorry to be anticlimactic, but look at how many Zerglings are in there.
Okay, that's just a fucking shitload of red Zerglings. You know what? I really like what sAviOr did here. I think he took advantage of the fact that they're cross positions, and generally a player is not going to expect you to be aggressive with Zerglings in cross positions. So they're probably going to tend to play safer. And then not only that, but this is a map that the natural is really wide open, and he doesn't have a chance to really to get any kind of concave or to use any kind of Zergling kind of wall or anything like that. They have to basically fight in open ground. Okay, GG. Yeah, they're basically forced to fight in open ground, so it really almost completely nullifies any kind of defensive advantage that you can use. So I mean, if you have more Zerglings on this map, it's really easy to overpower your enemy. As opposed to Destination, where they can make a little Zergling wall concave on the bridges, this map you can't do anything like that. So I think that was a really clever play from sAviOr. I like the build, and like you said, just showing his tournament experience. I think this is where sAviOr is going to shine in the best of 5. He's going to be able to do things like this to ZerO. And now ZerO's going to be fucking sweating it next game. The next game he's just going to like, do I have to watch out for a fucking Zergling build like that, you know? Look, he's still down. He's only down 1-1, and he looks nervous as shit to me already. Like, I don't know. You're looking at his face there, but he looks pretty
oh yeah,
out of it.
He looks definitely more
yeah, he looks mad
mentally
stressed.
impressioned than sAviOr was in the first game. I mean, sAviOr, although you can see him distressed at some points, he generally keeps this cool face on, where ZerO definitely showed some distress there. And it's really interesting that ZerO went for a similar sort of build. And I'm just going to keep bringing up previous games because they're so important in best of 5s. But I don't know if you remember ZerO versus Yarnk game 2. It was on Byzantium, where Yarnk actually tried to do a massive Zergling attack on ZerO, but ZerO had a sunken and a really nice Zergling wall, and he completely deflected that. And I don't think ZerO was really ready for a Zergling attack with this sort of build. And I think sAviOr, just excellent timing, just like you said. It wasn't expected at all, but at the same time, he had the larva advantage, so why not?
Yeah. I mean, it was just, I think that this game was just a really good play by sAviOr, and that's really all I'm gonna say about that. I mean,
yeah, so
that's pretty much.
Let's move on to game 3 on Carthage. I mean, it's 1-1.
I mean,
I want to see how this shit unfolds.
You know, I want to say that I like what sAviOr did. I think it's definitely going to mess with ZerO's head, and now that sAviOr is up ahead, I think sAviOr, if he takes the next game, he's going to finish it out, no problem, once he gathers momentum. So anyway, all of that being said, let's move on to the next game now. It's on Carthage, and we'll see you guys there.
Peace.